Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wheel 6 channel. Today is the 10,000 mile review on my 2025 Acura Integra A-Spec manual. I have 10,000 miles and I've owned the car for 1 year, so this will be the 1 year review and the 10,000 miles. Now, I haven't done too many toge runs with this because it is a daily. I'm working on getting the Civic running, and the truck is just a temporary vehicle for right now. I'll be driving that more in the winter to keep the miles off of this and keep it out of the salt. With this car, it's been quite a fun adventure with it so far. Let me get the car warmed up. I have to get gas, so hopefully as the car warms up I can do a little bit of talking and tell you guys more about the Integra. I have trash in the car everywhere because I daily it. So, really, the only current mods that I've done to the car is the window tint, and I do want to do some other stuff. I think I might actually buy the car outright, but the reason why I'm saying I'm going to buy it is that may not actually happen. We'll see what I actually decide to do. So far with the car, I love the blue. It's actually been quite easy to keep the car clean. Besides all the bugs, that's like been a big issue. I drive the car a lot at night, especially when I get off work. So this is kind of I drive the car a lot at night, and I will say this: out of all the vehicles I've driven, this is probably the best headlights that I've had on a car, and that's like no joke. Like, I like these headlights a lot, and that's why I kind of, as a daily driver and how good gas mileage this car gets, especially with these crazy gas prices currently, it's actually been a very, very good car. What else? The interior, besides it being the Orchid interior, which is absolutely filthy, I need to clean the car. Let me put my phone in here. The interior is quite nice. It's actually held up. The only real problem I've had within the year is the passenger door speaker on the front side has went out, so I had to have Acura replace that. Yeah, the only other like main things is, let me unlock the door. You know, obviously with being a one year review, I have stuff in the back here, but it won't be that big of a deal. It's set to my driving position. I'm 5'2", so I have plenty of leg room for being my height. If I didn't have the stuff behind my seat, I would have a little bit more knee room. From what my friends have told me, with them being a lot taller, they said this car is actually very comfy and spacious, as well as it's nice having the charging ports in the back, as you know, taking it on road trips. I haven't taken this car on really any road trips ever since I took the Civic to the Dragon. But as you guys know, not too bad. I'm in my driving shoes and shorts and t-shirt because it's Memorial Day as of today of recording this video, so won't be really romping on it too much as I go get gas, because as you see, I have a pretty low tank. As I get into the car here, put my seatbelt on. The car currently has 10,295 miles. It'll probably cross 10,300 miles in this video. I do drive the car in the individual most of the time. The reason why is it disables the auto stop start, which in a manual vehicle, I do not know why they have put it here. Turn the AC, it's very hot in here. Another main thing is, you know, the different modes and like how it drives. It drives great. Like, it's a good driving car. I don't have really any complaints. The only real complaint I have is the white interior getting dirty quite easily, and kind of the lack of power that I wish this car kind of had. Obviously, since this is a A-Spec, it's just a Civic, souped up Civic with heads-up display and a couple different changes on, you know, the exterior, and some minor thing. I do wish when you have the A-Spec, it gave you the dots for the cluster. The SI does get that, and the Type R gets that, and so does I believe the Integra Type S does get that, but I could be wrong. Another big thing I don't really like is the piano black. I need to clean this car and pretty much just get it protected. I was thinking about getting a ceramic coat or a PPF in the front before I maybe might plan on taking this to the Dragon this year compared to my SI. But if I'm going to do that, I want to tune exhaust on it because it needs to just be a little bit louder. What else? Other than that, it's been a very good driving car. So we're gonna get off to the races here and getting gas for the vehicle. So the main issues that I really had was the door speaker going out, which is just a quality issue. Every new car is going to have some issues. Doesn't matter which one you get. Like right at like 8,000 miles is when that went out. I haven't had really any other recalls or quality issues. So I mean, that's kind of been a really good thing. The car's been reliable, and you know, as it being right before they did the refresh, it's actually been a quite nice car with very little issues so far. The 6-speed in this car is absolutely amazing. I will say this, the acuity shifter in my SI is way better, but it's the aftermarket. I can adjust it however I want. But this car is very good. I like this car with how it drives, it feels. The wet performance as well, I'll talk about that when I get more down the road. My favorite thing about the car is the automatic rev matching. I use it every day, all the time. You know. So it's been a very nice experience with get on a little bit here. It's a very smooth car. I will say that. It's a very smooth and linear car. I just wish it was a little bit faster and had a little bit more noise. It does pipe in audio from the engine bay, which is okay. It's fine. I can find a module and unplug it and it'll be fine. But my thing is with this car is it just doesn't make enough power for what I want as a daily driver. I'm so used to the TLX with the V6, and I had a TL before this, so I'm just used to having a higher horsepower car. But I will say this, the car has been so good on gas mileage. I pay about 40-50 bucks every time when I fill it up. It doesn't, even with the gas prices being so high. Like the most I paid on one tank of gas with this was like 80 bucks at most, which in this day and age, and crossovers and hardly any sedans anymore, like, or hatchbacks or whatever, this car has been very, very nice to own and use. And it's a lot better on gas than, say, the SI, as currently rebuilding. So yeah, it's like kind of a big deal with me. So, you know, with having good gas mileage, that's like a big deal. Another thing I do use a lot is the active cruise control, which is quite light to use because at night I just don't really want to drive all that much because I work 10-hour shifts. But I do plan on doing more tailgate videos as I own this car for the next couple years. If I do decide to mod it, I will be buying the car outright and paying, you know, a higher payment. But it'll pay for this car, and I can mod it however I want because I own the vehicle. It's not a lease. This is a lease, by the way. The only thing I could really do was the window tint, and you know, that was about it. I have actually curb rashed all 4 wheels at one point, and Acura completely covered it. I was driving to school one day, and I was just so tired. And I was driving through my small little town. I was driving through town because the normal way I would take was blocked off, so I had to go a different route, and I hit some curbs and it ruined all 4 wheels, so that was great. But other than that, the car's been doing absolutely immaculate. I haven't seen any damage or anything. It's been doing great. And you know, I switched phones, so Android Auto works good. Also, Apple CarPlay works good as well. I do gotta say, Apple CarPlay does stay connected a lot better than Android Auto. I don't know why, but sometimes the connection will come in and out with music. I don't know if it's just an Android or it's a car thing, but that's really the only issue. Also, I am flying down here. As I'm going to get gas. You know, this car drives very, very good for what it is. It is very rear happy, which I do prefer that over a car that likes to understeer. For instance, the TL was very oversteer prone, so it didn't really like swinging the rear, and when it does, that means the car really wants to like spin out when I'm taking a very hard turn. My foot is very itchy. Object in a road. Obey the speed limit here, because cops usually set up here. Just getting gas. I'm recording this video, guys. But other than that, the car's been doing great, and the main things that I'm gonna say this: the 5 things that I hate and that I like about this car. The 5 things I don't like is the interior, is the white. I didn't inspect this car. I just got the car. That was a Sport, it looked like. The power is not where I want it. I wish the Integra made at least 230 horsepower. If it made 230, 240 or at least 40 more horsepower than the SI, I would be happy. I would be happy with this car for what you pay. Like, you get a 30 horsepower bump because you're paying $10,000 more. I would be happy. But you don't. You just get, you know, the regular whatever. But I digress. The 4th thing is, even though this car gets great gas mileage, it doesn't, how do I say this? Hang on, let me rethink this here. The 4th thing I don't really like about this car is that it has rev hang. That is what I was thinking about. I could not think for the life of me. This car has rev hang, and it does suck to try to shift it fast. And I really want to put a tuner on this to be able to get rid of the rev hang so I can shift it faster. But obviously this does have a delay valve in it. I have the right of way, people. But other than that, as I said, I hit over 10,300 miles on this run drive. The car does good. And the 5th thing I don't like is that it doesn't give enough feedback. I wish it gave just a hair more feedback. In sport mode it does, but other times it doesn't. But I'm gonna stop, get gas here, and go from there. Alright, we are back, guys. Alright, guys, back in the car. I had to move to a different pump because the other pump did not want to let me get fuel, so I had to move pumps. But let's get driving here. Wait here. Hopefully they don't gotta turn here. Another cool thing, like little tips and tricks, if you go into your trip stuff, you can actually make it to where when you put a full gas in it, it'll automatically reset it. So that way you don't have to do it yourself, which is quite nice. Now I think I'm going to set trip B to always where I have to do it manually, but trip A will automatically. But 5 things that I do like about the car. For one, is the manual transmission. That is like the best part about this car. And then the next thing is the driving characteristics. The car is very playful. You can be very playful with the car and it will still be very, very, very forgiving with you and allow you to do what you want with it. But also still allow you to be safe. The car is very, like, the traction control on this sometimes does get in the way of having fun. Even when you turn it off, you have to do a whole pedal dance to be able to turn it all off, which kind of sucks. But that's alright. You know, the car's here to protect you in the best that it can. I mean, I've driven this in downpour rain. The Continentals on this are very, very good. Like, it's a very, very good tire. I like the Continentals. I definitely, for my next, I also like the Nittos that are on my Civic. So maybe on my dailies I'll have Continentals, and then on my sports cars I'll do the Nittos, because they're a little bit more affordable for the price for the Nittos. So we'll see. Hopefully in the future we get a tire brand to sponsor the channel. Because obviously, if I'm going to start doing drifting and all this other stuff, I got to be able to somehow afford tires for my vehicles. And 2, you know, it's many other things. Let's see. I like the transmission as a manual. I like that it's a playful car. Another thing is the car itself is, the looks have grown on me. It looks like a Genesis in a mirror. I'm not going to deny that. It really looks like a Genesis in a mirror. But the looks have definitely grown on me. At first I did not like this car. I was not planning on buying this car at all. I kind of impulse bought the car. I'm just going to be out front with you. And to be blatantly honest, you know, since I impulse bought the car, I could have got a Type R for how much I paid for this. Straight up. And I'm going to talk about that here in a bit on the way home. But, as I've said, you know, with having everything with this car is pretty much, besides like a couple things, which is the front emblem, the heated steering wheel, and a couple other things. I'm trying to remember on top of my head. Yeah, a little bit. Better stretch your legs. And instantly watch my fucking gas gauge show. But the car itself actually drives amazing. Like, I will say this is probably one of the better shifters that I've touched. Mind you, I've driven a Honda or a Mazda Tribute with a very sloppy shifter. I've driven multiple manual vehicles, 303 one time, a couple other manuals, and this is one of the smoother transmissions that I've driven. if you're a smooth driver. I'm a little bit rough sometimes. Some days I'm a little bit rough, and it's just because I'm tired and I just want to get home. Okay, sometimes it's like that. Set my cruise control so I can talk here. With everything with the car, like it's not that it's a bad car. It's that the price point is too high, in my opinion, for what you're paying. Because you can get an SI with the same performance and actually a little bit lighter than this car. Mind you, I think you still get the sunroof. You still get, I don't think you get memory seats. I don't remember. But you get some more sporty aspects of it. With this car, you do get a little bit more noise from the exhaust from factory because it does not have the resonator that the SI does have. And it's the same thing with the Type R. It does not have to, or with the Type S, it doesn't not have that resonator right there. I guess that's what Acura decided to remove to make the exhaust more sporty. Along with that is, would I buy this car if I was buying it new today? No, I wouldn't. I would buy this car used. The reason why I say that is because out the door this car costs $47,000. That's almost, mind you, this car has a 39,000 something MSRP, right, on the window sticker. Walking out the door, I'm paying almost 50 grand. For 50 grand, I could have went and bought a Mustang. I could have went and bought a used Camaro. I could have went and bought a Corvette, a used Corvette. I could have bought a sports car for the same price that I paid for this car. Or a Type R. Or even an Integra Type S for not too much more on top of this. So, that's why I say, you know, with this, what I say here along with this is, you spend your time working with all these, you know, vehicles. Like, I driven the SI, I driven a Mazda Tribute that was a piece of junk. I driven a crap ton of, you know, junk cars, good cars. But it's price performance in my eyes and what the car gives to you. I just needed a new car, so I just got a new car. Because the SI needed a lot of work done to it, which was the slave cylinder and stuff. Which, I mean, I'm still glad that I have the Civic. Obviously, we're rebuilding it from getting hit by the deer and many other things. But there's a couple other things on top of that with being, you know, how do I put this? You know, the car is not a bad car. It's not. It's just what you pay and what you get. Would I buy one used? 100%. I would. But would I buy one new again? No. Obviously, this is a lease, so I actually have a lot lower of a payment, like actually paying outright. Would I recommend this over the SI? Yes and no. It is a little bit quieter than like a normal Civic, because it is an Acura. Which, this car with road noise has been so great. Like, I love taking this on the road trip. It'll do 80 mile an hour and you barely hear the wind. For being a $50,000 car. Would I absolutely buy this car again? If I was going to buy it outright brand new? No, I don't like the single color front end that they've done. I don't like it. I don't like how they did it. Obviously, they're going full electric, which Honda's already saying, look, we're already in a lot of debt from doing the whole electric situation. And it just, you know, you kind of see it, and I kind of went to crap with all that. And with all this EV stuff, you know, as I'm pulling into the driveway here, this car is quite good for what it is. If I do actually decide to purchase the vehicle, this car is getting a slew of mods: exhaust, intake, maybe a turbo. Obviously, with being a lease, I can get it out kind of outright. Anytime I can buy it anytime that I want, and you know, parking the car here. But yeah, would I buy this car? I would pay $30,000 for this, but I wouldn't pay for what I would have if I were to buy this brand new. It would have been an $800 payment, which I just couldn't afford at the time. Now, it's a different story now that I work in a different job, but what I'm trying to say is this car worth the $46,000 something? No. Would I recommend the vehicle as like a step up? 100%. If you can get this car for used, with at least 10 to 25,000 miles on it, and only pay $30,000, this car is a definite upgrade from an SI. It is, 100% is. You know, you get the heads-up display, which is, I use that more often than I use the cluster. Besides the tach, that is the only main thing that I use on this dash. I don't even look in the fuel economy. I don't even look at that. I look at the speed up here. The only other like main issue, or like the main thing with this, is that, you know, the quality ain't the best for being $40,000, but the car itself has been holding up. It's been very reliable, you know, besides the minor incident with the door. The seats have been holding up, and I'm waiting on them to say if there's a recall for the steering rack, which from what I heard there might be a steering rack on that. I might have to send this in for a recall for the steering rack, but we'll see. I haven't got anything in the mail yet. But other than that, this is my 2025 full year 10,000 mile review of this car, and I want to do one quick little last walk around of the vehicle before I walk away. The car is absolutely like, oh, I didn't close that all the way. But as I said, the car, I love the blue. I do gotta say, I love the Apex Burl blue. It looks very good. It's a very sharp car for what it is. It's a very fun little torquey car. Is it fast? By means, no. Is it fun to drive? In my opinion, yes, it is. Do I wish it was a little bit more raw? 100%. I wish it had a little bit more feel and some of the driving characteristics. Does the car allow you to do some fun things that maybe some front-wheel drive cars won't let you do? Yeah, it allows you to play with the rear a little bit and get it a little bit sideways. You can feel the body roll a little bit. You can feel how the car reacts when you take a turn quite hard. Obviously, with it being the 1.5 liter turbo engine from the Honda Civic SI 11th gen and 10th gen, it only makes 200 horsepower, which in my eyes, I wish they did a little bit of a power jump, because they could have kept this car reliable and made 30 more horsepower, and you would have felt a little bit of the difference of making that more power in this frame. Because at the end of the day, it is a Civic. You know, it's just a dressed up Civic, you know, underneath. Obviously, if I go pop the hood here, you know, this car is completely bone stock, by the way. As of right now, as I own the vehicle, you know, completely stock. And the thing I really don't like is that it's all plastic. But it is what it is. As vehicles get newer and newer, you know, more plastic's introduced. Has it been reliable with the 10,000 miles? Absolutely. Well, I will say this. For the power that this little car puts out, and for the weight that it is a fun little car. That is it for this video. I really hope you guys liked the little mini drive slash little errand I did. Please like, subscribe, and I really thank you guys for watching. I know I don't really do too many POV drives that much anymore. Hoping to do more, especially with POV rides later this week. I gotta offload a lot of footage from my Virginia trip and still finish the Tennessee trip with the SI before it got hit by a deer. And then obviously DSI is getting built. I have a lot of parts that are already in. I'm not going to spoil that yet. Eventually that car will be turboed, as you guys know, on the channel. This car is obviously a turbo car. This is my first boosted vehicle that I've owned, and I kind of want to soup it up a little bit to make it a little bit more fun. But obviously it is just a lease, so I might have to pull some strings to see if I can buy the car and keep the absolute same payment, and so I can do some exhaust mods and intake mods and some wastegate stuff. But other than that, that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you like the video, and please comment down below if you guys want to see more of the Integra on the channel. The truck, obviously I haven't really shown that much on the channel, which I hope to be doing a couple videos soon on it, maybe in the next couple weekends that I have off. I'll review the truck and why I bought it, and you know, kind of the premise of that vehicle for the channel. Obviously there is a video of me introducing the truck on the channel, and I didn't really show all the work because all of it's just basic boring stuff in fixing the truck and like so many other things. But other than that, obviously we're gonna get more motovlog content on the channel, and two, we're going to be rebuilding the Civic and the KZ and getting those up and running. Obviously I want to make a quick little talk. The Camaro I no longer own. Unfortunately, I had to sell it. Hopefully you guys will see the previous video that I will upload for that. It pains my soul to had to get rid of that car, but I had my reasons, and you know, a lot of people will say, why did you get rid of it? Financially, it was not going to be applicable to me to put all the money into the car, and even if I tried to get it registered, it would be a really big pain in the absolute butt. So I'm trying to, you know, get some stuff together and maybe get another muscle car on the channel. Obviously I got my imports. I got the CF Moto, you know, for the fast stuff, so hopefully you guys will like that. The truck will be used for mainly utility use, so you probably won't see too much of it on the channel, maybe besides like fun, you know, taking an old V8 truck down curvy roads somehow. I don't know, tailgate drive, what's that? You might kill myself in it, I don't know, we'll see. Other than that, I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace out, stay safe.